Welcome back, everyone. We have breaking news to cover. Another stimulus check could be on your way. A particular governor of a particular state is putting his foot down and saying, look, the federal government is not going to provide this money, and so let's send them out to the residents of our state. Now, don't be disappointed if this is not your state, right? Not all of America lives in this one state, because here's what's going to happen. This is going to create a domino effect, and we're in an election year right now. We'll be talking about it all and why this could mean more stimulus checks to many more states, which could include you, how much this check is, which state this is, and how to qualify for it. We'll be talking about it all in today's video. Let's get started, dive right into the news. But before we do, as always, make sure you folks do a couple things for me. Number one, give this video a tremendous thumbs up, smash the like button. If you have been enjoying my content, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you haven't already, I don't know what you're doing, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, click that big red button, and have notifications turned on. We post videos every single solitary week with no exceptions and no excuses. The news changes so rapidly, and so you want to stay up to date on the latest. And we'll be doing our next cash giveaway when we do hit 20,000 subscribers, which could be right around the corner very soon, and you'll have to be subscribed to be entered in that giveaway. With that being said, let's get started and get right down to it. So what is going on here? Well, Democratic Minnesota Governor Tim Walz just recently announced his new budget plan. This is the third phase of his budget plan. And yes, he wants to send out brand new stimulus checks to the people of Minnesota. This is now the third phase on what he calls the Budget to Move Minnesota Forward plan, and the first two announcements focused on investing in local jobs and creating more economic opportunity, which includes millions of dollars in state stimulus payments to families. The plan outlined granting more access to preschool and child care programs like Head Start. Governor Walz said they're going to do this through scholarships and financial assistance to families who can't afford child care or preschool. He believes that this plan will allow 23,000 children to access pre-K. It also calls for expanding family and medical leave, and the plan also includes hundreds of millions of dollars to other great programs and great areas to assist the people. So what does the governor want to see happen? How much does he want to give to the people, and who will qualify? First of all, you have to realize that this is only made possible because of the state's massive budget surplus, and you saw this play out in many other states, especially California, where they were able to send 2 rounds of state stimulus called the Golden State Stimulus 1 and 2, and it was because of California's massive multi-billion-dollar budget surplus that they were able to have this money to send out to Californians. Now, the Golden State Stimulus, which we have discussed in plenty of other videos in the past and not too long ago, about a week ago, does differ from this Minnesota plan. The Minnesota plan, for one, will provide stimulus checks that are much less in value. The Tim Walz plan calls for $175 or $350 stimulus checks, or as he's coining them, Walz checks, to more than 2.7 million households in the state, and this would effectively spend down the state's budget surplus. The proposal that he laid out would spend a portion of Minnesota's $7.7 billion budget surplus, as well as leftover federal stimulus aid. The problem is that this program would have to be approved by the legislature. He has asked lawmakers to quickly approve of the plan, but Republicans were quick to push back and even called this plan a gimmick, as the governor is up for re-election. Governor Walz said, quote, "COVID was incredibly hard and put financial and other hardships on families. We wanted to get checks out to people right away and put them in their hands. I would encourage the legislature to do so as quickly as possible." Both positions, both sides are in a tough spot here because Tim Walz is up for re-election and he wants to provide for his people. But then again, if Republicans say no to this bill, well, then they look like the bad guy and they're going to be hurt in the midterms. The rebates would be $175 for single filers and $350 for married couples filing jointly, but there would be an income cap. This is currently a proposal. It is in the embryonic stages, so it's not finalized, but state officials have estimated that 2.7 million households would benefit and would receive one-time stimulus payments for a grand total of about $700 million. And according to reports, Tim Walz also wants to repay the state's unemployment insurance debt and channel money to frontline workers and caregivers that were constrained by the pandemic. The governor's economic package also includes $1 billion for frontline workers, from people working in healthcare or long-term facilities to child care workers, grocery store staff and retail employees. An estimated 667,000 workers would get $1,500 payments, $1,500. Republicans crucified the governor over this spending plan, like the state's Senate Majority Leader Jeremy Miller. He called the checks, quote, nothing more than an election year gimmick. He said, quote, we'll propose permanent, ongoing, targeted tax relief for working Minnesotans so that they see savings every single year. So Republicans do want to provide relief to the people, but they want to do it through tax cuts and hope that that trickles down to the lowest of income earners. These Walz checks are an echo of the Jesse checks that were sent out to residents' mailboxes during the tenure of the then governor, Jesse Ventura. The governor even pushed back on criticism of the moniker, saying, quote, nobody out there gives one dang what they're called. They just want them in their pockets, so we'll get them there. Now, like I mentioned, don't be quick to get angry and upset that you don't live in Minnesota and that's not your state, because this will create a domino effect. What we're seeing is a massive budget surplus in nearly every state in the country. This is leftover money from the federal stimulus programs just sitting in the coffers, unused money on top of the budget surpluses. And we're in an election year, and Democrats are more likely to provide this money. So if your governor is a Democrat, well then, you wouldn't be surprised to see some more proposals, because they have to make sure that not just themselves, maybe they're not up for re-election, but people within their party are up for re-election. The Democrats have to look like they're the party that's going to provide for the people and cares about the people, and so they're going to do that through new stimulus programs. And it isn't necessarily expensive or totally out of the question to afford these stimulus checks, because compared to tens of billions of dollars in state surpluses, which a lot of these states do have, the stimulus checks are peanuts. Now, granted, you may not see eligibility as expanded, as generous as the federal stimulus checks, right? They have to provide these checks to the people that need them the most, and so they may only target the lowest income earners. However, this certainly bodes well, and I do think you're going to see a ripple effect here where other governors will start to take notice and recognize that we have all this money, let's send it to the people, and it will also help us in the election while we're at it. What are your thoughts on the state stimulus checks? Do you live in the state of Minnesota? Are you a Minnesota viewer? Definitely let us know down below in the comment section. I am curious to hear your thoughts. But I hope you enjoyed this video. We will certainly have more updates for you folks, and as this proposal, as this legislation does get hopefully through the legislature, we'll certainly be here to update you folks when you can start expecting these checks. So hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, smash the like button, I would appreciate that. And if you have not already, of course, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, click that big red button, and have notifications turned on as well. And if you want to get some free stocks, all on me, all free, use the links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms Robinhood and or Webull, and you'll get some free stocks, some valued to thousands of dollars in some circumstances. So let us know what stocks you do get. And if you want to connect me on social media, I am on Instagram at Logan Cohn, LOGANKOHN, right there on your screen. Hope you folks enjoyed this one. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care for now.